For all my niggas on lock, this ventilation for you to breathe, nigga. I know how I feel. I swear I know how I feel. Keep your head up, even though I know you're fed up. Hey. Fresh off the bluebird, mugging with your chest out. Renegade attitude, cause that time got you stressed out. Nigga size you up, either red bat or catch out like the hogs say. Pressure don't do shit but bring the best out.
Hey, today we have CMC the Guttah and Mama Guttah. Thank you guys for allowing me to interview you. So today we're just going to talk about CMC. Who is CMC? So Mama, I want to start with you. How was CMC growing up?
He was active. I mean, he was a good kid. I had him, he was born June 8th, 1984. I had him when I was 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
And it was a struggle, of course. I was the kid, you know, with a kid.
Right.
But it was a struggle, but we made it through. I mean, he pretty much grew up with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his father wasn't there. You know, he hasn't seen his father since he was born. And to this day, he still hasn't seen his father. And that's challenging for him. That's part of his, you know, open chapter that he hasn't been able to close just yet.
It is closed.
No,
It's closed, Mama.
CMC.
It's closed. Just, I don't even think about that no more.
So from your response, you have no intention on meeting your father, repairing that,
Repairing what?
although it wasn't anything that you did. I feel, well, some of your fans may feel like, you know, you don't ever want to get to know your father, who he is, or anything. I mean, if you don't, you know, that's fine, but...
Nah, not really.
No.
I really don't care to. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, like I said, I pushed that chapter closed, Mama. I pushed that out my head. That's no longer my thoughts at all. So
as a grown man, you're just ready to move on to the next chapter.
Exactly.
Okay, so this question's for Mom. Name one major obstacle that you had to overcome with CMC growing up, considering the fact that you were only 13. I can't imagine what that was like for you. No father around, you know. I would assume that it caused a lot of obstacles between you two to have to overcome together. Can you name one of the major ones?
not having a mother and father with the baby. My mother got killed when Christopher was 8 months old. So she got killed, and my father was already incarcerated. So when she got killed, that left me without any support. And I had my grandmother help raise me, but me trying to raise Christopher was a struggle for her also. So it was a task, because pretty much everything I did, he had to do with me. Going to school, I took him to school with me.
Yeah, so, excuse me, Mom, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, that mama's born, that ventilation is real talk. Real talk.
Which brings me to my next question. So Ventilation is the self-titled first mixtape that CMC the Guttah has ever released. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's my only mixtape. That's the only project I ever put together.
Okay. And what was your inspiration behind that?
You know, watching artists, successful artists, you know, how they move crowds and how they would, you know, move people with their words. But that's like a powerful thing. And I felt like, you know, let me try this. But what really struck the drive in me to really actually go forward with music is this last time I was incarcerated. You know, I was getting people that from different wings. They used to just, hey, CMC, come to our wing, we'll chunk you a couple soups and, you know, patch you in to come for me to fall out of place, go to their wing, and I had a beat man with me. We'll fall out of place, go out of on a whole nother wing and turn up, and how they would just gravitate and just latch on to everything and just show the emotion and expressions of how they, what I'm telling them, expressing the music. That was powerful. So that's what really.
So you mentioned you were incarcerated, and it was a form of survival for you when you were in jail, correct?
It became, well, it wasn't really, I wouldn't say a form of survival. It was just more of
ventilation.
But it was something I liked to do. Mm-hmm. So even if I wasn't getting, they didn't have to give me no suits. I was going to do it regardless. You know what I'm saying? Because it was something that I got out of expressing myself, and they would just be gravitated to it. You know what I'm saying?
So was that your first time being incarcerated?
Nah.
No. Mama, how many times has CMC been incarcerated?
3.
3
times.
3 times.
For his prison sentence, 3 times. He went to jail a couple of times throughout his youth. He started out in Guttah.
Okay.
But I didn't go to Guttah, so I was like 16.
Yeah, that's when it first started going downhill for the incarceration, jail time, any kind of detention center. It's when he was around 15, 16.
So from 15 to you're what? In your mid-30s now. How many years collectively have you spent in jail?
About 15.
No.
Altogether?
Altogether, my mom probably did. Because look, you gotta look. Going to bits, I only did a couple days.
I'd say 12 total.
12 years.
12 years.
He had a 2 for 8 sentence, but he did 6 years.
6
and 2 out.
Wow.
12 years.
So, realistically speaking, you've spent almost half of your life in jail. So I would imagine that you have a lot to talk about, correct? In your music.
Expression. His music is expression.
I don't want to talk about that no more.
That's where I feel he gets his feelings out through his music.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I relate to him through his music.
Oh, wow.
And just like when he sings or whatever, I can feel it because basically we grew up together.
Mm.
Even though it was mother and son, but it was still like children growing up together.
Right.
She said, sing.
Well, when he raps,
I wish I could
not sing, but when he raps.
I will try to sing though.
So, CMC, do you feel like your music is authentic? If you're able to reach your mother, I can only imagine how many other fans can definitely relate to your music, and et cetera, et cetera. So do you feel like your music is authentic and your music is a true definition of your characteristics and the person that you are today?
No doubt. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be authentic. I come straight from the heart with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't fabricate nothing. It's expression.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever I'm going through, what I'm dealing with, you know what I'm saying, it's just easy to put it on paper. You know what I'm saying?
My opinion is when people hear Christopher's music now, they just hear him now. But when I hear his music now, I see him when he was growing up. Mm-hmm. So for him to continue with his music make me more happy for him, because it's like instead of him acting out, he's beginning to push it out, in his words, and people can start getting to know him better, and that's why he needed, to get out and start expressing himself verbally, because it's just been built up, a lot of stuff been built up in him, and he needs to just get it out. I've always, when he was in prison, wrote him and told him, you gotta keep rapping, because that's where I feel like his energy comes from, and his pain is released that way, because he holds a lot of stuff inside, and I think his music it helps him express his feelings. So I'm glad he kept going, and kept it in his heart to keep going. it makes me feel good when I hear his voice coming through the speakers.
And we ain't stopping.
No, we ain't gonna stop.
Keep on pushing.
This is what I dreamt for this day. I prayed for this day.
And how does that make you feel, CMC?
Like I'm finally doing something proud.
He always made me proud.
That's
That's
what
what you
I'm
don't understand. He always made me proud because he's always been a fighter. You know, people don't know. I mean, going to prison is, I'm pretty sure it's not a cakewalk.
Right.
But that's why he was always asking why come I watch prison shows and prison sitcoms, because I try to relate to what he was going through. You know, just try to get some feel for what he was going through when he wasn't around me.
Right.
Because I have that connection.
But it ain't nothing like that TV shit.
Oh, I know. He told me, like, I don't really want to know exactly what he done went through.
Right.
But I just want a sense of something, you know. But,
right.
Because he been gone so long, you know. And now that he's back, I'm excited. I mean, just to see the person that he is now, it's amazing. From where he came from.
A lot of people say ain't shit. But if they know me from when I wasn't really shit to who I am now, they'll be proud of me.
Which brings me to my next question. Since Ventilation is your first mixtape, did you receive any backlash in your community, any hate in your city, you know, once you decided to really take your career to the next level and really get focused and serious once you came out of prison? Did your friends change? Did anything in your life really take off as far as the hate and old friends turning into foes and et cetera, et cetera?
Man. The hate coming, man. You know what I'm saying? The devil coming from all angles. You know what I'm saying? But even growing up, I always been hate. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. But I know since I've been, took this path and just, decided to do this music and really push forward with a positive, you know what I'm saying, outlook on life, yeah, the hate come. It been coming. And
So how do you deal with the hate? Do you address it? Do you get on records and do rap beefs with different people in your city?
And that's the thing right there. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I express myself. That's how if you know me or where I come from, and you know who I am, then you know if you running and talking that talk about me, I'm gonna pull up on you. If you know me, you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull straight up on you. Like, I don't do that. I ain't gonna go on no record. That's why I'm not the type to get on no record and talk about all that and do all that. And then so it's in me. You know what I'm saying? So when I do see you, I don't,
Is that how you got your name, The Guttah?
Hey, I ain't even
Mama, how did CMC get The Guttah as his nickname in these streets?
It's not taking no. I mean, he's holding no disrespect. I mean, it's like respect is a big thing for him, and he just don't like to be disrespected. So there's a lot of things he's probably done that I don't know about, but I just know that he will. He's a real serious person. He takes things very serious. And a lot of people don't take him serious enough.
And they, you know what I'm saying, they talking right now, they talking down, they saying what they saying, or whatever, what they doing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just try to I know it's the devil. I know it's the devil just coming from all different type of forms, shapes, and angles, man. You know what I'm saying? So I try my hardest not to last shot, you know what I'm saying? But what keeps me humble is just when I think about the Bible, the story in the Bible of Jesus. They talked about Jesus. They didn't believe Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They stoned this man.
Right.
So what you think they're going to do to me? Feel me?
Okay. So could you name one artist that you feel, mainstream artist, that your music is most relatable to or with? One mainstream artist. That your music, or that you most relate to.
That I can relate to?
Mm-hmm. That you most relate to.
That I can most relate to right now.
One mainstream artist.
Mama, who you think I relate to?
Tupac.
Tupac. Wow.
Every time, I mean, he just reminds me so much of Tupac. Ever since he started this rap thing, it just always brings me back to Tupac. It's like another version of Tupac to me. And then Tupac is my biggest fan. I love Tupac.
Aww.
And he just reminds me so much of Tupac.
I like to tell stories.
Yeah, his stories are real. It makes you relate like Tupac did. He draws you in.
A lot of people, they say I'm like the new incarnated Scarface or something, but I don't really know. I mean, I don't really compare myself or, to anybody.
So how long have you been rapping? And that was a major compliment, by the way, to even be compared in the same sentence as Tupac. So I'm sure, you're feeling pretty good about that. But how long have you been rapping?
Rapping, since I was incarcerated. I started writing about in high school. I used to write, but I wasn't really just serious. I wrote a couple raps, but when I started going to jail and actually sitting down and having time to, that's when I started writing. But I didn't start recording until I got out.
And where were you born? Where were you born?
I was born in Lubbock, Texas.
You were born in Lubbock, Texas.
Born in Lubbock, Texas, the hood.
All right.
Lubbock,
And you were raised in?
Austin.
You were raised
moved
in
Austin. I was about, what?
12.
12?
Well, we moved here when I was 10.
I was about 9, 10.
I was 10.
Okay. And what high school did you attend?
In Reagan, man. At Double R. That's all right.
Okay. What year did you graduate?
I didn't graduate.
You didn't graduate.
I did my first bid when I was 17.
So you were incarcerated fresh out of high school. And how did that make you feel?
Like part of my life left when he left. Sick, couldn't function. For a while, it took me a while to get it together because I had 2 other kids I had to stay strong for, but it's one thing I share with him. It's one thing I share with him is when he did go and leave the first time, it hurt me. It was like a part of me left. Like I said, we grew up together. The only thing that got me through was I had a friend come by one time and just told me she needed me to go to church with her. I didn't go to church. I never went to church before then. And it's like the pastor was talking, like Jesus was talking through the pastor to me. She just came and told me to just let go and pray for him. Whoever it is, just pray for him and let go. Because the only thing you can do is ask for strength for him to get you through to what's going to happen. Because you're going to need the strength to get through it, because he's going to have to go through some trials before this person, whoever you're hurting behind, is fully overcome. I didn't understand what she was saying, but I knew when she was talking about Christopher, that's the only person that was hurting me. because he was gone. He had just got, left, because when he left, I didn't get to see him before he left. I took sick, so I didn't get to see him. He kept telling me, Mom, I'm going to be leaving soon. I'm going to take the chain. I'm going to catch a train, so just come as much as you can. When he got ready to leave, I got sick, so I didn't get to see him. When I went to see him, he was already gone. So that's what tore me up, because I didn't get to say bye. But when I went to church that following week, the pastor told me to just make a list of what I wanted changed in this person. Just like it was a grocery list. And just find a Bible that I would never open up again and put it in that book, in that Bible, and leave it there. And don't open it up again until I feel like that list is completed. And I did that. And where that Bible is today, I don't know. Because I moved around so much then, because I had, going through some trying times or whatever. But when I think about the stuff that I had on that list, I see everything has changed. I know when I look at my son, I know that God is real. Because I pray for him harder than I pray for myself. And I know God was keeping him covered all the time. I know he was. So wherever that Bible is, if that letter is out of there, whatever, I know everything that I put on that list is checked off. And I can say that this thing came to pass. And he made it through. He came back home. He's a much better person than he was before he left. I do see the difference. He's a better person. He's a much changed person. Now, people might not believe it, but it's not what's important. What other people think is, I know I see the change in him. I see the growth. I mean, he's come a long way. And if anybody doubted him, I never doubted him. I always told him that he was going to make it through. And I knew he was going to make it through. And he did. He's here with me. He's back. God brought him back to me.
I ain't going nowhere.
Wow. CMC, how do you feel about that?
It's real. And I ain't going nowhere. I'm here.
Okay. So one of the last questions that I have, you mentioned that you went to prison fresh out of high school. So do you ever plan on going back to school, getting your high school diploma, anything like that?
He did get his diploma.
Okay.
He got his diploma while he was incarcerated.
Okay.
How much he did?
He sent it home to me. Yeah, so he has it.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful, wonderful to hear. And do you have any future goals set for yourself coming up in the near future? I know you have a new mixtape coming out. And I know that you're working really hard on that. But besides that, is there anything in your near future that you want to do? That you haven't already done, should I say?
I want to get into acting and modeling, really.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I like the camera, I like taking pictures, I like,
I'm sure the ladies love it as well.
But, yeah, I want to act. I want to do a little acting, modeling.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
So we should look out for you on the big screen.
On the big
CMC,
screen,
the Guttah, starring. So let's get some clarification. What is your official name? Is it CMC, the Guttah, or is it just CMC, or is it Guttah? What is your official name?
Wait a minute. His official name is Christopher Deshaun.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Mama had to correct us on that one.
CMC. CMC the Guttah. CMC. Let me spell this out because don't get this mixing tangled up. It's CMC.
Like
Guttah.
the letter C, the letter M, the letter C.
C.
So how do you spell? Is it the Guttah or is it the Guttah?
Duh, Guttah. Duh. You know what I'm saying?
So spell that for us too.
CMC. DA. DA. Duh.
Okay.
Duh. DA. Duh.
And do you spell Guttah with 2 D's, 2 T's, 2 G's?
2 T's. Guttah. H.
Okay.
Make sure you put that H on the end of that, because a lot of people forget my H on the end of that. Put the H on the end of that.
So it's CMCDAGUTTAH. So that is your official name, CMC Guttah. All right. And how can your fans look you up or tell us about your new project that you have coming out?
Heavy with the metal, man. It's on the way. You know what I'm saying? This project right here is more of ventilation with me venting. You know what I'm saying? That was, I wrote that whole album, mixtape, Incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? So that's the mindset I was in.
Okay.
Heavy with the metal is me looking at the game right now from an outside, from me being really looking at it, you know what I'm saying? And getting perspective on it, and I'm moving forward from that. It's what I'm experiencing out here right now, you know what I'm saying? Freedom, really, Heavy with the metal, though, you know what I'm saying? We switching the game up, man. With this one, I'm telling you.
And what's so different about this mixtape?
Everything is different.
Okay.
Everything, the whole feel, the whole vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here actually having fun. And saying, fuck you haters. Like, I ain't even in the can no more. I'm out here. You can't stop me. So I know what's finna happen. Even if you don't see it, I see it. You know what I'm saying? I know what's finna happen. So Heavy with the Metal is me just letting you know I can do what the fuck I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna switch the game up. You know what I'm saying? I'm nothing like them. That's what this one's about right here. You know what I'm saying?
So Heavy with the Metal is your second mixtape.
Second mixtape.
Produced by Thebeatkitchen.
Produced by Thebeatkitchen.
Okay. And right now is the mixtape finished? You're just waiting to release it, or?
It's finished.
Okay.
All the songs is done. You know what I'm saying? We just, we just taking our time right now. We just actually, getting the whole cover and the whole promo side of things in order before we just actually put a date on it when it's coming.
Okay.
Like real soon.
Okay. Well, I heard, I did get a chance to listen to a couple of songs. Helen Keller seems to be one of the favorites. So give me a little insight as to how that song came about and how you feel about the song, because that's one of my personal favorites. But how do you feel about that particular song?
Helen Keller it was straight chemistry, you know what I'm saying? Featuring Stacey Russell, shout out. You know what I'm saying? I got introduced through Oscar, my boy. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? And hey man, she could sing, so we linked up, got the beat and started vibing, and the next thing you know, we like Helen Keller to that bullshit. It was just magic, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that record right there can really potentially be the record that really break Austin. Not me, but Austin.
You niggas and bitches ain't real. That's why I stay 1D, so I don't go to jail. I'm loyal to myself, deaf to all that bullshit. That's why my gun stay loaded with a full clip. Shoot at you niggas with some real shit. They say success is the best revenge. Where was you bitches at? Before I had.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's bigger than me. And it's really bigger than Austin. But we need to break first before we can show them that we, you know what I'm saying? So, but that album right there is special.
How so?
Because it's nothing like them. It's nothing like them. You know what I'm saying?
So when people put Heavy with the Metal in their decks, or they download it and they're listening to it, Name some of the emotions, the feelings that
you gonna feel on that
correct
mixtape.
Correct.
You gonna feel turn. You're gonna feel. You gonna heartfelt. I have heartfelt feelings on there. I have understanding on there. I have feeling like king, like you're a king on there. Confidence is on there. You know what I mean? It's a lot on there. Then it's education on there. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm telling you, it's special, man. I'm nothing like them. I'm telling you, I'm different.
It's original.
I'm not a weirdo. I'm just different.
Well, again, I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to allow me to interview. I wish you nothing but